Hi guys, welcome to this video. This video is the first video in a series of 5 that I've got for you in how to succeed with niche sites. A niche site quick start, if you will, updated for 2024. So if you build niche sites, if you're looking to build niche sites, or even if you're watching and you're unsure whether they still work, do subscribe so you can see the rest of the videos. I'm going to be doing them every day. It's going to be just 5 videos, and I'm going to cover the 5 main things that you need to know in 2024 to actually make any money with niche sites. So I'm really excited to show you this. I'm going to go through the 5 main parts that we're going to cover over the next 5 days, and in this video I'm going to talk about planning and how to make sure that you're on the right path even before you start building a site or looking at the best way or the niches. How to make sure that you know what's going to make you the quickest money and what you need. So I'm really excited to show you. So do give us a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, if you get something out of it. Also check out the link below if you just want to get a real head start. It's something called your freedom ticket, and what it is in a nutshell. There's a video here that explains everything on the page, but it will give you 6 red hot niches and all of the content included, 20 pages of content for each niche, and we build the sites together. So if you need some extra help, or if you want to do this together, or if you're worried about how to put the SEO in, how to interlink, all of that stuff, how to rank, this will be invaluable to you, and it's ridiculously inexpensive, and you get the niches as well. So that's an option for you, not a massive sales pitch, just something that's in the description if you want in your freedom ticket. The spots are limited, so do check it out, check out the video, and I'd love to have you with us in the group building the sites together. Okay, so let's get straight on with it. Let me just cover what we're going to talk about over the next 5 days, the 5 main areas. I won't spend ages on it, but the 5 areas will be: number 1, planning. You're watching this video now, so we're going to get into planning. Very important. The reason for planning is not just how much money you want to make. You shouldn't start with how much money that you want to make as much as what you want your business to look like. How soon do you need money? What are you happy? Are you happy with lump sums, or do you want more of a business that's sort of working while you sleep? So I'll talk you through how to set that up. One of the easiest ways of doing it that actually is good in anything that you do online. Whether it's niche sites, whether it's running a business, I'm going to show you a simple way to sort out your planning today. Number 2, the next video that we're going to cover this week is the niche, and I'm going to walk you through the exact niches that you should go for. Again, not so much in the products, but the price points and how to make sure that you're not having to work so hard. So a big bugbear with niche sites is low commissions off Amazon and so on. I'm going to show you how you can make sure that you get high commissions. I'm going to show you how you can get a niche with very little competition, where people are buying, how you can verify they're buying, and how to make sure that you're not having to work as hard. You only need 1, 2, 3, 4 sales to make a decent amount of money. Number 3, we're going to talk about content and everything to do with ranking. That's one of my favorite areas, and it is probably the most important in terms of niche sites. How can you make sure that your content ranks? Well, you'll be pleased to hear that most people are doing a lemming type walk, following each other, following the same old stuff. I'm going to show you a really cool way to rank content that I actually use with my SEO business to rank businesses, to rank real businesses. So I'm going to show you that, and a few key concepts that you can include in your content to make it easy. Number 4, we're going to talk about sales and calls to action. It's something that gets missed out with niche sites. You can have traffic coming in and not make any sales. So I want to spend some time on how to make sure that you're getting click-throughs and a good call to action, and I'm excited to show you that. Sounds like a filler, but it is very important if you want to make money. If you're not doing that properly, you're going to struggle because you're going to get traffic and no sales. Number 5, results, i.e. sales coming in. What do you do then? The other thing that I'm going to cover in video 5 is what happens if it's not working. So I'm going to cover that and how to make sure that you can get it working. So I'm really excited to show you. In this video we're going to cover planning, and I'm going to get straight into it. and walk you through, just on niche sites, some things to consider. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do just on planning a good area to start is to think about the figure that you want to make. Just on niche sites here, how much do you want to make a month? Okay, so any figure that you pick is fine. I recommend going for a figure that will excite you enough to do the work but not outface you. So an example of that is if you're like just starting out and you go, right, I want to make $20,000 a month, no problem, but it might outface you because there's work involved and so on. So a good rule of thumb I would suggest to you is, if you're sort of moving over from the 9 to 5 or you're looking to make money, think about something that's over a decent wage. So let's say you're looking at $5,000 a month, something like that, like a decent average sort of wage. You can modify this as well and do anything you want, but I'm just showing you here the formula. So type in whatever that amount is, then divide that amount by 4.3, and that will give you how much you need to make a week to get to that figure. So if I want to make $5,000 a month, I need to make $1,162 a week. Okay, then what you can do with niche sites is you can divide that figure by how many sites you think you'll need to reach that figure. So it just gives you an idea. So we could say 1,162 a week. Well, let's get one site making that a week, but that's going to be tricky and difficult, and we're putting all our eggs in one basket. So what you could do is divide that by 7. Okay, now I appreciate that you're not going to have 7 sites out there tomorrow, okay, but this is just giving you an idea of, based on what we just looked at, $5,000 a month, 1,162 a week, divided by 7. If we had 7 sites out there and those 7 sites were making $166 a week, we would be hitting that figure. Not only would we be hitting that figure, that $5,000 a month, but if you had sites out there making that amount of money, you would then have options. You could flip them, you could try different programs, affiliate programs on them. It just gives you an idea of how much work you need to do. The other thing is, because it's unlikely that you build 7 sites and each one of them makes $166. Some will make more, some will make a lot less, but it gives you a target to go for, and it gives you an idea of the amount of work. The main thing that you want to be able to leave with is, okay, I know that if I've got 5, 7 sites out there, 10 sites out there, I can hit that goal. And you can also play around with the figures. So of course, if you split that in half and you said, okay, too much, I'm going to try for $2,500, split the amount in half, and now you'd be looking at 3 or 4 sites, okay, that would have to make only $80 a week. So it just gives you an idea of how many sites you need. Then when we get into the second video, which is going for like the niches and how to make sure you get a really good one, I've got a way to make sure that you're not having to work as hard as well. So don't worry about how for now. This just gives you an idea. Okay, based on your goals, this is a way that you can do it and get an idea of your how many sites you need. The other thing is, so the second thing that you want to think about is, once you've done a rough idea on your planning, is think about what you need. What I mean by that is, how soon do you need money? If you need money really, really quickly, a thing you can do is start thinking about flipping sites. Although you don't keep them, you can hit those targets that we just spoke about in the calculator, and in addition to the sites you build to keep, you could build 1 a month to be able to flip. And you can see the sort of prices. This is just Amazon affiliate sites, $1,400, $260. You could schedule in a site to be able to build and keep. Even basic sites are selling well, as long as they're built properly, okay, which I'll guide you through. But that's another thing to think about, is think about what you need, how quick do you need money. If you're in no real rush for money, probably the best bet for you is to build sites and build up that um, build up that sort of income, passive income, if you will. I don't like that term because it still requires work, but if you're looking to just make money from the sites and build them up, that takes a little bit longer, but that's what you can do. If you need money straight away, you're better off doing a hybrid method of this, or flipping sites as well. The other thing is, so once you've done your planning and thought about what you need, how quick you need money, as we're looking at here, decide whether you want to flip or keep or do a hybrid of that. You've then got a plan. So at the end of this video, you want to have something down where you go, okay, let's have a look. $5,000 a month, $1,162 a week. I've divided it by 7, and that means those 7 sites need to make $166 a week. Now, it may take you 6 months to get to that point, building the sites and so on, building one site every month, 6 or 7 months, but you've then got something that you're building up, okay, that will actually make you money. The other thing I want to talk about in this, that we'll be covering throughout the whole of these videos, is the skill. Okay, have the skill. So what I mean by that is, let me just cover now, you need to make sure that you're building sites in the right way. When I see people that say niche sites don't work, it makes me smile, because I run an SEO agency. So there's no real difference between ranking a niche site in terms of what you're doing compared to ranking an e-commerce site or a business site. And I do really well for my SEO clients. And yes, it's far more in-depth, you know, ranking an e-commerce site, there's far more working parts. Ranking a business site, there's far more working parts, and so on. But it's actually easier to rank niche sites. So SEO works, but only if you do it in the right way. And that right way is actually stepping away from the way that a lot of people preach. So if you're still, I'll give you a clue, and we're going to cover this in the videos. If you're still going for keyword density, or if you're still sort of writing your content with AI and not really putting much thought into it and so on, you're just going to end up wasting your time. If you're using site builders in terms of automated site builders that are just pumped full of AI content, it's not going to work. And the reason it's not going to work is not just for you're not ranking on Google, but let's say you want to go and sell a site on Flipper. The people actually buying the sites and spending the money to buy the sites can tell the difference between a site that is, for the most part, not in all cases, but can tell the difference between a site that's been well built with real content compared to a site that hasn't. So the other great thing, as you can see here, look at this, $6,800. You don't need the best looking site in the world. You need it built in a certain way that actually has all the boxes ticked in terms of SEO, in terms of content. You need to have good keyword research, and I'll show you how to do that. To finish off, if you make sure that you get your plan down and a rough idea of the number of sites that you need, if you know when you need money, whether you need it quick or whether you need it, you're happy sort of building it up over time. If you work out which plan that you're going to follow, flip or keep, and you can change it as well, you're in a far better spot than 90% of people out there. And then the only skills that you need is the niche, the ranking, the call to action, and being able to read your stats that we're going to go into in the following videos. So I hope that helps. Do watch the video again if you need a recap of how to set that money goal. Start thinking about how much you want to make a month, and then play around with the numbers as we've just done, and get something down on paper. Do subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with the next video where we get straight into the niche picking, and I'll show you a really quick way to pick a niche that will make you money and make you good money without you having to work so hard. So I'm excited to show you. Do join us for the Freedom Ticket. You'll find the link below if you want the content done for you, if you want to build the sites together, if you want just, you know, you just want to do this together and you just want to get results. Do check that out. There's a video below that will explain everything that you get. and I'd love to have you with us. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.